This is Adam Taxin with Daniel Greenfield, Sultan Knish. It's Friday, June 29th, 2012, and we're discussing his Friday Afternoon Roundup, Steal Their Thunder. Daniel, thanks as always. This has been an incredibly busy and thorough news week, and I'd like to start with one of the less heavy sections in your Friday Roundup, the part called Appreciation. Why don't you just take us through what the main point is there?
Well, Rush Limbaugh dedicated about a half hour of his show to reading and discussing my article, Why the Newsroom is Good News for Republicans, and I just wanted to express my appreciation for doing that. You know, a lot of people at the top of the food chain just take material, don't credit where it came from, and just make use of it. And in this case, he certainly didn't have to do it, but it was very nice of him to give me credit and provide a link back, or whoever runs the site, that is.
Yeah, now that's standard practice, but I often hear, people at the top often complaining that people take their work and don't give them credit. Michael Savage complains about that a lot, that he thinks of stuff and then other talk show hosts, including Rush Limbaugh, take his work and don't give him credit. So it is nice to hear that he gave you credit. I was caught off guard. I thought it was a very good column, but I would have never guessed that of all the columns of yours that Rush Limbaugh would sort of pick out and give you the credit for prominently, it would be that one. I guess it's kind of random.
Yeah, it's unpredictable. You never know what people are going to like, but in this case, this fit a narrative, and so out it came.
Yeah. There's another important point, especially as we hear about how Judge Roberts' action was actually good for the Republicans and the conservatives, which may be just a way of making people making themselves feel better. So in your column, That Which Is Crooked, you're pretty tough on the Republican Party. First of all, what do you think of the theory that Judge Roberts was actually helping the Republicans out with his decision, with his role in the majority?
First of all, I don't think that Roberts makes his decisions based on what's good for the Republican Party or not. That's a good thing. That's not what he should be doing. Unfortunately, what he did make his decision based on was avoiding a direct confrontation with the White House, and that's the bad thing here. There might be, there are unintended side effects here which are good for Republicans, or at least good for Romney certainly, and good for Republicans in general as far as getting elected. But that's not why the decision was made, and that's really it's kind of trying to salvage something from the wreckage. And
what do you mean by the steal their thunder mindset?
Well, this was a Bismarck thing where he reacted to the socialists by stealing their thunder, adopting versions of what they wanted done, but adopting versions that wouldn't be as destructive. Fulfilling the same policy goes, and Republicans have been doing that forever, it seems these days. The liberals propose something, the Republicans enact a slightly saner version of it, and congratulate themselves for being the responsible party.
Not to criticism, I hear a lot. Well, you have a lot in this column, and people should always read it. This is just a supplement. One thing at the end, though, in your A Few Notes, you're dealing with some repetitive stress injuries in your hand, and I guess for at least your Jewish members of the audience, is it at a level where we should be saying Refuah Shlema, keeping you in our prayers, or not quite that bad?
Not quite. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but I just wanted to explain to people why I wouldn't necessarily be able. I try to answer most people's emails. I try to reply when people say something, but increasingly I'm going to have to back off a little.
Well, I hope you feel better, and Shabbat Shalom. The column is Friday Afternoon Roundup, Steal Their Thunder, and I've been talking with Daniel Greenfield, whose columns can be found at sultanknish.blogspot.com.